everyone, my name is Fitch. This is my informative speech for Com 101, Professor Harrell's class. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about union construction labor. Back when I was a kid, when I say kid, 1979, graduating high school, I grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, where many of the jobs were union jobs. Has anybody here ever had a union job? Worked in a union? Know what a labor union does? Yeah. Well, in the construction industry, union labor is usually used on very complex and expensive projects based on the fact that there is a given workforce, a trained workforce who have been given proper training and have the experience and the knowledge necessary to put a building together in a proper manner. Now here in Las Vegas, we have a very unique situation. Nevada's a right-to-work state. Now, a right-to-work state, and there are 22 of them here in the Union, the United States, basically says that in order to work for a company, you are not required to join a union. Now, if you join a company that has all union labor, how can they expect you not to join the union? But that is the law that is put into place in a lot of the southwestern states, really to discourage union membership. Now, a lot of the labor unions were formed back east during the industrial era and the manufacturing era. We no longer manufacture things here in the United States. So the unions don't have the stronghold that they did in the 60s and 70s and even the early 80s. But Las Vegas is an exception to that rule. When you take some of the major cities like New York or Chicago back east, anything in Ohio or Pittsburgh, typically there's very strong union presence there. And the unions support the workers in issues of negotiation between management and labor. Walmart's a fine example of how a non-union company will crush the workers. I've always been a member of management, but I am pro-union because I believe that, first of all, I believe everybody's entitled to a living wage, and unions certainly do that to protect the wage levels of its workers, along with the benefits and the continuing training. Ironically, did anybody know that if you joined a labor union here in Nevada, do you know where you go to school? You go to school right here at CSN to learn all of the trade work you will during your apprenticeship. You might ask what an apprenticeship is. That's how you start in a union. You come in, you know nothing, and it goes back to the old guilds of the Middle Ages, to be quite honest. You'll come in, and once you've passed the normal hiring routine, you know, background check and the drug test and all that good stuff that a normal company would do, you will go on and work with a journeyman, somebody who's been involved in the craft for years, and you will learn how to do your job through them. But you will also attend classroom, and you will take, for a period of 4 years, you will attend class. It's typically 2 weeks every quarter, and you will learn whether it's air conditioning, electrical, steel workers, painters, iron workers. Any trade that puts a building together has to have some classroom instruction, and I believe that classroom instruction at this point works out to be 600 hours over the course of your 4-year apprenticeship. Why is that important? When we talked about that living wage, a non-union carpenter, let's say building houses here in the valley, makes between $10 and perhaps $20 an hour at the top of his craft, a journeyman. Whereas somebody that's in the union, an apprentice makes about $22 an hour, and a union carpenter is about $38 an hour. Now, that sounds very expensive. And how does that happen? Well, you look at the strip and you look at the size of those projects down there. $1 billion projects. When I moved here in 2007, there were 146,000 construction workers in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, there are 63,000, 32,000 of which are union. What happened to all those people? Those people, like me, are retraining. And when you look at the construction outlooks and the construction employment outlooks for the next 10 years, construction is really a vacuum. There's lots and lots and lots of openings that don't require a college education. But those openings won't get filled because of the technology type jobs that are available today. So I'm hoping that someday anybody, or perhaps your children, you'll encourage them to look into a union job because they take care of their people, and those jobs are important to the local economy and to the future of America, because we have to build new things as long as we go. Somebody's going to have to do it. So, thanks for listening. Nothing on the card, nothing on the card, and nothing on the card.